Yamwachi biem Samuel Kovado Badum TV Badwam Jumade so yada Apostle Dr. Nita Ekotegwase Nimkranshen Sama odi abreye de du so no ye Badwam kase ensam no ne obetie wo mu bi eni DANSOMAN Sea Defense Project no Committee on Works and Housing se omba be yenhwehwemu de afa ho emu orem kakra sika omude ahyemu ne adwuma no bebie wo no eno ne nsem bia no pay ye de bro Adom TV Badwam kase ko Facebook/Adom TV Extra Go TV 119 DSTV 280 ko YouTube search Adom TV tube na kwa adomonline.com semi ne nsema hodo bi ewo ho bidi afia amankwa tamaklo afia ni de mientie se den nsem ni nchemu ankasa etie. Parliamentary Committee on Works and Housing say womudi yaw pawo wo mu efa DANSOMAN Sea Defense Project no ehonti warmo ba be yenhwehwemu ade afa ho fi se sika $76 million ene de adwuma na kodro no ensem fata kase no etwaso.
Committee a wo Ghana Mrase Bedwafie na wo na wohwe adansie ene enwuma so ene wode ato dwa se DANSOMAN Sea Defense Project no contractor no na fenso contract ni nyina no wone prese ebe nhwemu na yehunia etuemu na we no na committee mufu a wodom kese no afa ene dom kuma no afa ana woni nyina no wano ko benkro mu esa ne se committee fo ekire se wono ko hodom no adwuma na ewo honom ene $76 million project a yede amasa adwuma ku no enya ade a wani je ho yedi kan yentie se de a chairman Vincent Opon Asamoah ene nsentwofo twi nkomo no ode nsem atudwa.
Members were not very satisfied with the extent of work that have been done. Looking at the cost of the project, technically there are a whole lot of issues that members are calling for a probe into the project. We all know that the project was awarded in December, and so far, looking at the extent what the work they have done on site, so the cost is an issue, and even how procurement and other technical issues are all issues that members are calling for a probe into the project. So that is what we are preparing, and very soon you hear from the committee that we are not very much satisfied.
Enwechi ena the ranking member on the committee, Yera Martin Ajemensa Kosa Chese, said that Nioma Kono, a Hubenia se, or mine sika no, yeshe na ye bohumbai, is an se. Saosha said ya Jumano Ekoso na contrage no a wunsem, and now for a contract and a crash se. A fe na wo yes eduma we bino, Nina Chese and Chiason, or non so than some to just say.
I just want to uphold the position of the chairman. As a committee, we are not satisfied with what we have observed on site. The quantum of money in this project is not commensurate with the capacity being displayed. We could tell from the foregoing that our presence had to get them to mobilize themselves. There was no material on site. And they were supposed to be doing 22 groins. 6 had been done, but only 2 out of the 6 were completed. And everybody who has a technical eye could pose questions to even what has been completed. We are not surprised the contractor says that is their first ever attempt at doing a sea defense project. But there are many questions to be answered.
If you Ghana Mrase Bedwafie ayohene amponsa kakabo.
Parliamentary Committee on Works and Housing gusoya wo ye wo adwuma na nei no wakasa de afa se de niema bi sisi miamia hodo bi eni kwan sesie se container se eye ntabo na afa fi ya ekoso ne titiro e won kran mantami wo.
Where we stand, there's supposed to be a drainage under that the water should look at the other side too. It's all choked, you understand? But then the difficulty thing is that now those who live on the other side of even to get out, you have to loop around all that way just for you to get back on this road. You understand? So we are believing that at least we can get a storm drain. Then at least the little waters from the homes that flow into it now can flow westward into the Jatako, and then that should be the only solution.
I believe seriously that it is the right time because we are in a budgeting period, and I believe that the Ministry of Works and Housing will have to be resourced so that we can do concrete lining. Not the type that we are seeing here. We need to have concrete lining. And in addition, I think the Ministry of Local Government, with an oversight over sanitation, should also be up and doing. It is not good.
Adom News in Central New York, Ponsa, and your man for a woman to DANSOMAN, as so a train como F5 fear and many omno.
If any muno offer, ye nim, is a bola bow, be a bola, you too good to me, dentia, in so no toy and a fin one, ever we are saying no. The may be a finny fee. First, the first party, the beach, and I might hold the bar. She said, yeah, I'm a beach no one any day. By said them one bar, a best solving for if a dining feeling to know. The president by my.
Yet also the acquaintance for Fromo. Now, Executive Director da Center for National Distance Learning and Open Schooling, Professor Diyawu Muhammad, was say Australian 1 year Bressa Crodom Bababwa 1 year research. Echi sebeya de ormo ye bia no beya nia ebebo ene se de nsakra koso wiase mu no enam one research no sonti ye bekoye animo. 4th International Conference on Information Systems and Emerging Technologies Jumedia say and odin semi etudwa.
Our ministry remains committed to supporting research, policy and innovation ecosystems that foster national competitiveness. Among our priorities are the implementation of the National Digital Education Strategy, which promotes equitable access and data-driven decision-making. Supporting university industry research partnerships to stimulate innovation and commercialization.
Acting Pro Vice Chancellor, Ausaye Dean, Emma School of Graduate Studies, and Research, GCTU, Professor Ebenezer Malcolm, and so did you just say.
The delegates every over 10 countries and over 150 participants. Mabeka emerging technologies and also in the 4th Industrial Revolution. Cyber security issues is part of the emerging technologies because I must say artificial intelligence, robotic engineering, and Internet of Things main issues of concern. The same thing among Crofonso hacking the internet system and the can't we know now students benya understanding from all these issues.
Yeguso ya Ministry of Education one summer welcome na ne wakansi sudi amfasodie pa ya chechrefo wo e wa adesua mu ne tichu eye mofra ne brem wa hyase mu no onwumadi a wodie eso mfaso kase no etwaso.
We are also going to give proper effect to the 20% in addition to the base salary of teachers who decide to take up teaching positions in less deprived and rural areas. But more importantly, we are looking at training more teachers in the area of foundational learning. So clearly, we are very determined.
Global Director, Adom Education and Adolescent Development, or UNICEF, Dr. Roberto Brito, and so the two just said Trakaya Wanoma Pound to my baby Warrior say, Sikapudo, one more Edebeshe, Adifia Musanebea, every to me, Abua, our Conisina, eso.
We're falling behind in something we know is a critical ingredient of making learning happen. And finally, only in 2024, only a quarter of countries reported nationwide recruitment of specific personnel to support students' mental health and well-being. And so a lot of this is falling on the teachers, and they are likely to be heavily burdened. So you understand why we're putting a focus on teachers this year.
Enkoso ana yenyina Ministry of Education na ne wama babontia ba be chirechire mu ya chire obi a efa se enkwada ana yen sukufo no yemfa ye ma mekasa na enche wo ade wo suku mu no wa chire se eye free KG edeko class 3 I ho na ombetumi de wo mo ma mekasa no achechefo betumi de ache won ade na enye se sukuu ni nyina se wo free KG ade ko university se o ma mekasa o ma bam abechim
Ghana ko se yeah fight against
actions of the minister to clarify a directive he made on this very platform on Friday. The Honorable Minister for Education, Haruna Idrisu, has asked me to clarify that the policy directive he announced on Friday regarding the compulsory use of mother tongue as a medium of instruction in our public basic schools is confined, emphasis, confined to KG up to primary 3. In other words, KG and lower primary. Having clarified what seems to have given a few persons sleepless nights.
Kane Auditor General Daniel Adom level na kasa say baby ayekeka kro corruption na naketa se hye any dream ho no de was obi an ho bo mu bi emra no ne ye adwuma me nya mankuma na keke mpanifo omudidi so heads no nyina so was secretary se hye ne proye bi ekoso a won mo se yetime from tototo won mo anonsem krom nsem dwumadie ya na na gyanto ate adwamo e no de sansemi etudwa
Ghana ko se yeah fight against corruption politically led entinia yehwe ne na jantoa ntisi yensaka no kwa de a oma aka hunina oma fa mu adi internal auditors, the directors, the storekeepers, the bankers asa na jantoa uko bank sisi yasa uko 200,000 Ghana cedis a minimze ube answer questions pa
echeze bi ekra na mebuafu
so one there a Toma Paso Utie investigation and standing to Branco a Tom there's a OP a bank ho I also can't say a coco duano now internal auditor ye funnel director or approve ye funnel opinion ye request ye funnel procurement officer or share high Emma Ecoso ye funnel yes so many number more na asante fo aka bi say dia enya wa ba wo no ye ntwa so me bo a
yetu ase
yetu ese yetu ase ye ntu esan se dia amanyo se munti no ye twa so me aba se boy se bo se man because ye twa so
then in that case in
Savannah Regional Immigration Command, Savannah Regional Immigration Commander DCOI Lawrence J. Japan. Ediwani mo no aye free breast cancer screening. Amadam go for say near chronic day also be a hwene no funu mo. Say bibi wo ho. Say bibi ani ho a watu ho na mo ahwede e bebo. E ho ba bibi wo mu nso ani manimi ya no na mpanifo ahwa abo a. Eno ho afutu akoso.
Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And as Regional Commander, it is my privilege to welcome you and also partake in the sensitization session in efforts to raise breast cancer awareness in Ghana. The media experts tell us that breast cancer occurs when malignant cells in the breast multiply and form tumors.
Eho and our president, the Immigration Ladies Association, if was Savannah Mantanimu, ASI Alimatu, Sadia Imoru, and Sonia Manabuni to commode in some way say Netuja.
It is my honor to welcome you all to this gathering. I would like to take a moment to acknowledge a significant global health issue that affects many lives. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and as we observe this, we recognize the importance of early detection, support, and research in the fight against breast cancer. Let us take a moment to think about those who have been affected and show our support for their strength and resilience.
Eho and a nice for one more Ewo West Gonja Municipal Health Directorate, one more Ebeka Immigration Service for Homo Day, you mediation share so and so I didn't seem we see a two among for enim.
Data has shown that about 5,025 cases, 1,025 cases, which is very alarming, aside other conditions. So this tells us that it's something that we all have to work together. And we should know that it's not only women that this breast cancer affects. Men too get breast cancer. So when we talk of the screening, we should all come out, the men.
Yenya no so na Adom TV Badwam kase na ha na bema kwan na no pay ye de asie emre ne adaje a wode ma yenti yeda se ne mum kwaso na ne yentene fisa fei na agudie mu nsam no the bonkrata ne Adom online stories no aye ready a akonya no so ebemu a ye bie phone lines no de emma health tips no so ewo mu wiki mu nyina a wate se ye kasa fa fibroid ho ntitie bi tie san komo ni ye pa emo bi nka nkere wansa ye nyina yentie ni titiwo ne mma no yintie minu abema honorable incoming Jordan JP Bismarck akwesintia boate agene dwerade amana nkwa bibia ye kama tibra kwesi anopa menchia we
bia mamnyoso
na bibia boko
na nso e
dom no
ya da nyankopon ase ya da nyame ase 28th yeah
wow
so we're just some few days now you're the 11th month wanyo se yada so ya chi aka na fua miensa
wow
na twemu aka na fua miensa
wow
ni ewura bosum ye to so du ba ko mu
oh
afi so afi pa
yada na se afi so hu ye mobo
ti yakopon kra saa bedu saa bria na ye na ase na ye aseda na ye ntontum na ye ayeyi ebinya ne se ne wanya ne ya ko ni beje pa na nso agya oba ni den
yes ni nyina ye se ye pi maye kra ye jani nyina so merade no ono a wo boy ye te yase nim yase no onhwe so
yes
ene ye tiefo ne yahwefo papa bi
yemkoso ma ye nimra ye ho so ne ye bia and this last day moment enye is yes yemkoso me ye ni emra ye ho so you will see say about 65 days ni a wrap it up the year uhun se ewa uhun se 8 year depend on baby a wugina yentu ya na monsi yensusu enhete ye ho yensusu nya de ma na nhye yankase ye ho yensusu ntietie na so ye fuma yenka hu ntimi aka chense me ye sorry ye mfa nche da be yakase last days are dangerous ya na enye kwa e ma obi mfa ho abufo nhye mu mfa nkonkoda twere na kase ema owia onyunu empo obufo so but to the bia ebufuo na se fie wa kantimu a onyunu ni nso nyina beto aguso yes
ade enhu ye mobosa
tie ntwonko so na yendo ho
sa yendo fe enhu ye ho fom so nche emu ya ade na wa ye na ya nenso
but bende
nye easy but try
obu oni egubi so
awasi ye twa gudie mu nsam no aha na ye de atwa so dia ntino yenhwe adomonline.com then nsam ahodo ya etwego radio for su 97.1 ye mamu nyina achen mamu akwa babiem ye bebie phone lines no ebra esemo color party na eba so akwasi nyame ya adoma memende ya o de wo hia ye 50 Ghana cedis nipa
5
utia 5 cedis nti no kakra nipa ba ku bia 10 cedis
eti wo okunu omamiensa eno ano onamfo 5 opekwa betim kra bia so ba kra ye 2 abetim akofo bi kra ma be 3 kra ba be ka ho na do papa amesesa wo ba make sure se nkwada no e shade a green ewom because achede wo for nkwada na shade a green wom no wa oni be so pa make sure se nkwada na ba ni nyina da green kakra eso ade bia hye wo a wo de ebem
eno no green fo omu wie green na fa red na bra eno na ye komo na obi anya bie nti fa red na bra
nipa 50 Ghana cedis nipa 5 Botanical Gardens
Brantama no palondu
na Hacho Share filling station no opposite what the Legon Botanical Gardens
wo yi ni mo Google map nim e de be ba wo ban so apanuama kakra so won nkra wo mu ni ade wa waduan oh I say picnic bi sa so ati ase na I picnic into ba na wa wo family no waduan bia wo ni na be wo ho
at least yes ba wo so nya de kakra bi for the starter enya ba
because na me ba be die no me ba two family no to won kwa mama mu kwa mu ni se de tie bi ese edi bi into ba red nkasa other ones ne de omo achire ho support ready no a. Ndi agwa so Adom ma yenye mu ma ebu anankasa wo de to aso ye ba sisi e.